Right. Day one at Wimbledon is almost in the books. It would be done, but they ran out of time on the outer courts or ran out of daylight. Or time, probably both. So they will be finishing some of the round one, day one matches tomorrow. But a lot of big names played their matches today. Djokovic through. He's made it through. He's all good. He helped dry off the courts. Legend for that. Felix Auger-Aliassime not through. Coco Golf not through. So there's a few big upsets on day one of Wimbledon. Heartbreaker for the Canadians. But we're going to break it all down, including an appearance from the Carota boys who are standing Yannick Sinner. You love to see it. Welcome to the Slice. Day one coverage from Wimbledon. Let's get into it. If my mic's not fully correct there at the beginning, but we sorted it out, just like Djokovic sorted it out on center court, as there was a big old rain delay during his match over Pablo Kachin, where he was able to get through in 3 fairly tight sets. But yeah, lots going on around the courts. Like I said, the Carota boys are on the ground. Hilarious. That's at the French Open, but they are at Wimbledon. And yeah, lots going down around the hallowed grounds, as we've spoken about. So shout out to our sponsors, Cool Bet. Stay cool, bet responsibly. You can see my picks in the latest video, and stay tuned to our Instagram at the Slice Tennis for more picks on today's or tomorrow's matchups and, potential winners and stuff like that, and all the odds. AG1, the official nutritional drink of the Slice. Every day I have it. It's great. It makes me feel healthy, and it's a great healthy routine to get my baseline nutrition. And Go Sport. Secure the bag. Click down below to check out their newest releases of bags. I use it every time I play tennis. They're amazing tennis bags. Shout out to our sponsors for making the show go. Making the show go. That's what we're doing, aren't we? So let's get into it. Djokovic wins. No problem. Really, he wins in 3 sets. He wins in 4 sets. As long as it doesn't go 5 sets in the first couple rounds, there's really not much to talk about as far as form, injuries, anything like that with Djokovic, because none of it has proven to be relevant ever in the last 4 years. So smooth sailing for Djokovic. He's through, as we expected. Coco Gauff, not through. Not as smooth sailing for Coco Gauff. We'll pull that up later. But anyways, she loses to Sofia Kenin, who, if you think about it, Sofia Kenin has won a major in the past, although she's obviously had huge injuries and setbacks and blights of form. She's a great player, and it was pretty close set. So we'll get into that, the scores there later when we pull them up. I didn't get to watch that match because there's a million going on. I was watching, however, Felix Auger-Aliassime, who I also don't have a picture uploaded for. But yeah, Felix Auger-Aliassime loses in the first round to Michael Mmoh, the lucky loser. So Felix came into this match not healthy, I don't think. He had his knee taped. He's had a shoulder injury. On match point, for example, his first serve that he put in was 102 miles an hour. Now, to put that in perspective, I could probably hit a 102 mile an hour serve. So that's not a good thing. So he was not right physically, but he showed up. It's a major. He's got to show up to try and give his best, and wasn't able to find his best today or play even remotely very well at all, which is just depressing to see. So it's just another tough one. If I believe it to be correct, here's a look at Felix's his majors, basically his performance in majors. I was looking at it today, and really, for a top 10 player like he is, he just really has not been able to consistently find his best tennis at majors, or really his best tennis very often at majors. That's his 3rd first-round loss in the last 5 majors for him. And, since he's been really on tour in a significant way, I'd say 2020 is when he really started playing a lot of first-round losses in majors. So I think it's just got to be mostly mental. I mean, this year's not mental. It was physical, but a lot of these other early round losses are just pressure that he has on himself, that he just hasn't learned to deal with properly at the major level yet. He's obviously gotten over the hump of winning smaller tournaments. He won, 2 ATP 500s, 2 ATP 250s. He's won the Davis Cup, the ATP Cup, the Laver Cup. So he knows how to win. He's just really struggling at the major 5-set format in early rounds against dangerous players like Michael Mmoh on grass, who just keeps the ball in, can hit it well, loses to Jack Draper, lost to all these other guys who are good players. They're all good. He's just better, way better, and he's just not showing it in these early rounds. So it's disappointing and painful to see. That's all I would say. But not super unexpected for Felix. So yeah, let's go look at all the results from today. Put it up here on the beautiful Wimbledon website. Jannik Sinner, who is in the match right now with Juan Manuel Sarundalo, as we can see here, it is just finished actually. So Sinner wins 6-2, 6-2, 6-2. He will play Diego Schwartzman, who is far from his peak. And they are going to have a great second round match. That's a nice matchup there. We'll see. A lot of people in the Instagram comments were talking about my top 10 power rankings that I put out, that I don't know if they're loaded up here. They were saying that it was ridiculous that I had Sinner above, or Tsitsipas above Sinner as my power rankings coming into Wimbledon. So a lot of people expect Sinner to do well, and honestly, he's got a pretty smooth sailing through the first 3 rounds, if you ask me. And then obviously he could play Fritz, who I think lost today. Hold up, or did it finish? No, it didn't finish. Wow. So it's in a 5th set. So that's pretty crazy. So if Fritz loses, Sinner's got a wide open path to the semifinal to play Djokovic, which would be crazy. Or maybe that's just that'd be to the quarterfinal, where he would play Ruud, where I'd put him as the favorite. So anyways, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Vukic over Altmaier, Halles and Evans didn't finish. We got Halles up 2 sets to love versus Dan Evans, who's just struggling with form right now. Galan takes out Nishioka. That's an upset. Oscar Otta wins. No surprise there. Mikael Ymer wins. Fritz, like we said, is they're in a 5th set with Hanfman. Borna Coric. A lot of these matches haven't finished, right? So let's just look at the ones that have. Mute over Gasquet. This one is interesting. Shapovalov versus Alba. Now, I just tweeted out Shapovalov versus Alba. Some shenanigans going on there, as is becoming way too common with Shapovalov. Now, what happened is, so Shapovalov got broken. As he's walking in the net, he starts to complain to the umpire about Radu Alba, who's like this old, like, journeyman tennis player who's like came through qualifying. And Albert's always bouncing around, I guess, before the serve, like as the guy serves, and then he kind of split steps. So I guess Dennis didn't like that anymore. And he said, he's bouncing around. He shows him, he's bouncing around before I serve. This is ridiculous. And then literally as Albert's walking, like right beside him, he said at one point in that, I don't know when exactly he said it, but he said, "It's an absolute joke you're doing that," to Albert, to his face. This is all just from what I recollect. I can't give an exact quote, but I tweeted it out. And, that's just a lot of the shenanigans that we don't need to see. But anyways, he's down a set, and he's up a break, though, in the second set, and that's suspended due to darkness. So anyways, that was funny. That was very funny. Let's keep going here. We got Liam Brody, big win for him in his home country as a wild card, getting a win there to play Casper Ruud next. Honestly, he could trouble him. So that's an opportunity for the old Liam Brody. Rublev through. Apparently, it's the first match to finish, first win. He'll play countryman Karatsev in the Karatsev. Nice win there for Karatsev in the second round. Baez losing to a qualifier. Baez is just totally out of sorts. Golfan winning with a wild card, making good of his wild card. Good win for him there. Bublik getting through. McDonald, JJ Wolf getting through. Martiner getting through. Michael Mmoh, like we talked about, beating Felix Auger-Aliassime. Lorenzo Musetti getting through. Isner losing. So that's going to be Juame Munar versus Lorenzo Musetti. Hurkacz through. Solid win for Hurkacz. So if he can get his tires spinning, that could be good. Wawrinka over Rusevwari. Are we going to see Djokovic versus Wawrinka? Probably not, but that would be pretty crazy. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. That might be the third round, I guess, if Wawrinka were to beat Echeverry. And then we got Jordan Thompson, who's been playing very good grass court tennis, came back from 2 sets to love down against Nakashima to beat Djokovic, or to play Djokovic. Wow, that's not going to happen. Anyways, Djokovic to play Thompson next. So that's pretty big. Let's go to the live scores here, which of course there are none. Let's go to the ladies. Venus Williams loses to Svitolina. Swiatek takes out GEAU. And here's the big one. Coco Gauff loses to Sophia Kenin. Coco Gauff hit 12 aces in this match. Basically, one of the only things she won on was first serve points and winners. Other than that, everything else, Sophia Kenin. So basically the rallies, Sophia Kenin was the better player in. So upset, big upset, obviously, top 10 seed going out, Coco Gauff. Sophia Kenin, though, major title winner. So, you got to put some respect on her name. Pegula taking out Davis. Bencic staying alive, taking out home favorite Katie Swan. Caroline Garcia through. So not too many big upsets here. Just looking through it. Yeah, not Siniakova takes out Zhang. That's an upset technically. Leylah Fernandez, Canadian through. That's her first ever main draw win for Leylah. So that's a confidence inducer. Honestly, I think she could play good on the quicker surfaces. I've seen that before on the indoors. She's played good on the quicker surfaces. So who knows? Maybe she can put together a little run here. Elise Mertens through. Martic through. Samsonova out. Two tiebreaker sets to Bogdan. Lynette in. Kudermetova in. Kasatkina through. So there's the results from day one, people. I think that's a fairly comprehensive roundup. Felix Auger-Aliassime, biggest player on the men's side, out. Heartbreak for Canadians. Not super unexpected, though, with this physicality. Coco Gauff out. Heartbreak for Americans. Djokovic through. Sinner through. Hurkacz through. Kind of the real contenders, I guess. More, I'd Felix in my top 10, but a lot of the big names through on both sides. Not too much carnage, but still some. Anyways, thanks for being here. Follow me at The Slice Steven on Twitter to see updates from all the shenanigans that are happening. I'm tweeting out daily. And thanks for being here. We will see you next time here on the show. Stay tuned.